Mm-hmm.
Great threat to Telengard. Let's see you fumble all those times.
Yeah.
I mean,
Epically.
he once again needs to hit a really high number because things.
Should I? Well, hang on. So he's not stunned anymore. So he's very dexterous. So he probably gained like 6.
He's got 40 AC right now.
No, minus
Minus
7.
the 7.
Oh, minus 7, yeah.
So 33.
33.
Yeah, probably shouldn't power
You
attack.
have the aura and you're flanking. And you're
Seems to be sort of
Yeah.
vaguely staying in this form.
Nah, fuck it. I can power attack.
Yes, you can.
Right, so describe when you crack the skull and make Vetricali turn into a swarm of fat flies flying everywhere.
Oh. Well. Okay. So he's been basically like disabled by the pleasure and all the exhaustion and all these things. His defenses have been stripped away by Zacharias's weakness revealing stuff, his void magic.
Yep.
And Marcus taking the artifact blade of hell, basically blessed by Asmodeus himself, I assume, hopefully.
Maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, this big bastard sword that I can hold in one hand for inexplicably no reason almost, because it's just a magic sword that does that. I just one hand overhead swing and just with some regular attacks thrown in first, just kind of whittling him down. And then the final attack is this one big overhead swing that just cleaves the skull in two and releases all of the plaguish power.
The cleft in two, out from a big. Basically, it seemed like he was hollow this entire time. His skin, sort of a thin, leathery thing, and out from inside just fly swarms and swarms of flies.
Also, Marcus does make sure specifically to slice, because he's got 3 eyes. He slices in between 2 of them, so not to harm them, right?
Sure.
If they don't fucking die.
Oh, they rattle around inside the skull and sort of fall and roll on the floor.
Well, we're
Not
gonna
gleaming in the same way, but still being pretty.
Well, Marcus wants to embed them on his breastplate. If they're not magical anymore.
So you can
Does
each
Hellbrand do
feel
anything
you
cool?
can each feel some sort of power leaving you.
Yeah, his disease blessing.
His blessing has lost its power in this world. Basically, you also see Vexor sort of begin to fade and disappear out of existence. Apparently, no longer held or held to this plane. The service he was forced to do most likely ended at this point.
Does Hellbrand do anything cool?
Hellbrand, absorbs the physical body, the flies escaping, but the don't grab the grass. But the Hellbrand grabs it. It's surprisingly satisfied for just having devoured something evil. Usually that makes Hellbrand get a bad stomach or something. But this is worthy. This one is worthy. It's and a great threat to Hell's dominion in Telengard has just been vanquished.
Yeah.
Something that, if left unhandled for some time, could have been probably a pretty huge deal. Richard Curley will gain in strength rather fast.
How long has it been since we summoned him back?
Yeah.
A year.
A year or so. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the cultists sort of run.
I flick a
Flies
fireball.
sort of sitting on them, stinging them and killing them.
I flick a fireball.
Flying on. Combat's over.
Yeah, now, Marcus is gonna, grab those eyes. He's gonna pick them up. Yeah. Are they magical anymore? Do they can I tell?
They don't seem to be directly magical. They seem to have magical energies. Perhaps if used to do some sort of magical ritual having to do with plague and disease, they would be helpful. Or if someone were to do something, other magical project with something that required.
Zacharias looks at Marcus, looks at the gems, holds out a hand.
Come on. Yeah, Marcus will hand them over.
Thank you.
What happens to Vetricali's daggers?
Oh, the same. They turn into flies and float away.
Sorry.
They were large.
Seeing Marcus hand all 3 eyes to Zacharias, I want to also take a step forward and just glare at Zacharias for just a moment.
Zacharias gazes
I mean,
back.
Marcus doesn't look like he's submitting. He's
So
just
here,
like, you
the
know.
wind wrestling through what seems to before have been a solid wall.
Zacharias looks at...
some dust drizzles from above. Apparently, this place blown to pieces by wind now.
Zacharias looks at Telemandus and says, "Unless you want to press your luck against me, Telemandus, at this very moment, I suggest we leave. It seems the horn is falling apart again."
I just want to make sure that they don't just disappear into your endless coffers like so many things do.
Zacharias' skull leers at him. "Of course not, Telemandus. The coffers are always split equally, are they not?"
For once, I actually agree with Telemandus.
Oh,
I have a painting.
Have this.
yeah, we'll just take a step back.
While there's a big bickering going on, you see Azureus is already turning into a cloud. But Zacharias can see a look of absolute satisfaction.
Zacharias will look around and say, "I suggest that we take a sweep around the horn before we leave. Kill off any of the survivors. We don't want the cult to remain."
I feel like the horn is like collapsing,
Yeah,
and
it's
that
collapsing.
will kill them. Like they won't make it out.
Unless they are in the houses outside that we observed on the way in.
You know, just chuck a few fireballs around as we fly away.
That's what I plan to do. He looks over to Telemandus. A bit of pillaging and killing of the local populace is always a good sport,
And the
isn't
ceiling
it?
collapses.
I did say I was turning into a cloud.
And I can like it
Fly!
become also a cloud.
And
So
Well, I already declared I was doing it, so...
Take,
yeah.
if you're inside, not a
Mhm.
cloud, you take 39 bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
As the ceiling
Can
begins to
I-
collapse from above.
Can I like
Bit
as a
of
reaction
rock
become a
whistling
cloud?
down.
can I use a
That's-
reflex?
It's not an
You
immediate
expect
action,
this.
so...
Okay,
And
well now
basically,
I
you
become
can't really
a cloud
dodge to
after
anywhere
this.
because it's the floor. There's the ceiling and the floor for that matter. Maybe
Yeah.
you need to collapse.
Aw.
You can choose to stay.
No.
No.
No, we leave.
The walls don't really count anymore
Azureus
because they're
look...
basically falling as well. It's collapsing sort of from above and down.
As some of you get
You
hit
sort
with...
of see some bit of lightning cackle as some of the stones are charged like particles, just jumping through them as the vortex is broken as well. The horn behind you, sort of falling, basically turning into what seems to be gravel, as if ages and ages of time suddenly weigh upon it where it has not before, eroded in an instant, shattering down the big sort of spire falling to the ground.
I only got hit by the roof.
I do like the image of us arguing while everything collapses around us.
And then there's
I am-
this. Azureus looking so smug looking at you as you get hit with rocks and he's now a cloud.
A smug cloud.
Dude, I'm surprised at how well I just face tanked that full attack from him. Like I was expecting to be at least almost dead.
Yeah, I was expecting to have to declare, like, I spend my level 7 spell to defend Marcus.
Yeah, like for real. I just didn't really care.
I think it's time to take a 5-minute break.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably a
yeah.
good idea.
Bathroom break, like people.
Yes, I
I'll
need
be
one
I'll be right
really
back.
badly.
Alright, let's have a 5-minute break.
So Jonas,
Yep.
this is why you don't break your word with Azureus.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of painful?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the penalty we stacked up is kind of high,
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
but the Cardinal is amused. He is very happy with this, though. a threat to his powers has been removed.
Indeed. Zacharias is amused too. He doesn't like having demons running after him and thinking they can do stuff to him or take his soul.
It wasn't very nice, no.
Azureus also looks smug because all of you got hit by rocks and he didn't.
Zacharias just pokes himself a bit and he's back to full.
Yeah, but it's still amusing. Yeah, I had the forethought to turn into a cloud first.
I just imagine this huge block like, landing on top of Zacharias and just shattering against him. Like, it's like,
Cash is gonna punt to Azureus later when he's like,
Cloud.
Well, when you're not a cloud, she's gonna punch you in the face.
Why?
Because you look smug at her.
Oh well.
Yeah, and we'll take a sweep around, kill anything that lives still around the horn.
That's easy enough. I fly down there and boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
just fly over them.
I land right in the middle of them. Firestorm!
Yeah, basically, scorch earth.
Yeah, the 1,000 meters from here in every direction, things dead. Let's keep going.
Cash hits you with 11 damage.
Now, re-roll that to a minus and a 7.
You can hit Zacharias if you want.
Nope, a fumble.
Haha!
Well, how many times can you do it?
What, that ability? To a person only once in a day.
Well,
was
I
cash
hit you for
punching.
third.
Just keep punching.
Basically what happened, Sheep, was because I looked smug, Cash said she'd punch me, and then I said re-roll a minus 7, and then she just punched again afterwards.
But you're a cloud. Is Cash punching a cloud right now?
No, when he's not a cloud, I'm just doing it
once
now.
we land,
because
she'll do it.
She'll punch you in the face, you take 13 damage.
Non-lethal because you don't have improved unarmed strike.
Well, still take none. Take it,
What?
Take it.
you smug orc.
She doesn't like the fact that I look smug to have her rocks falling on her.
What has she ever done to you?
No, it wasn't against you specifically, it was against all of you, because like I had the forethought and you guys...
Well, the fact that you even brought her in your thoughts is enough. So yeah, you get a punch. 13.
You know, the non-lethal damage, I'll heal myself up anyway because I'm hurt. So it'll go away.
Well, Ice, Cash still.
I just healed that.
Oh, I just healed you.
I'm gonna be healed up, so... Like, Marcus should be fully healed by Zacharias poking him in the face.
Man, it would have been interesting if you just had ignored Vetrokali for a lot more time.
Yeah, that's what we thought too, Manikai.
Yeah, you know, but you in Thor of Night, you were always like, let's just poke the dragon. Let's just leave Tarlin there. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. You were like, I know something bad will happen, but I want to see what it is. Yeah, it never happens here.
It depends on the situation. In Front of Night, we didn't think it was quite as lethal.
No, there's a reason for why the victor had to imprison him, drain his power away over time.
So, man, basically my once per campaign ability has been used.
Oh,
Because that power, no, that's probably never going to come up with another person breaking the word to me.
no, but it did help, didn't it?
It helped, yes. I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying, you know, that's an ability which never going to get used again.
Who knows?
It probably won't.
The others have promised you to act towards you with respect and honor and whatnot. So,
Tillamundas hasn't.
no, that's true. Technically, his name was never on any contract. Well, not that one.
Kyron.
Telemandus was always free to act as he pleased.
That's what he's doing.
In a way.
Free dragon.
Yeah, we when we fly out, we take a sweep and take out any of the creatures fleeing the horn. We just want to destroy as many of them as possible.
Sure. Most of them seem to be locals or even some of the Urayan who have apparently dropped their tribal looks and tattooed themselves with skulls and such.
Yeah.
You do know historically that Delegate that the original dwarven population were actually quite hurt by the Iranian who worshipped titans and daemons in order to defeat the dwarves and push them into the mountains where they dwell.
Interesting.
They have never recovered from that. Originally, this island was populated by dwarves, but they were destroyed.
They lost the Great Dwarven City.
Yeah, the Great Dwarven cities, really. Most of the cities that are now, like capital city, the capital city, for example, has a dwarven name, but also has an Iranian name when they took it over. And if you really go deep into the sort of the constructions and such, you can even find like old pieces of dwarven walls and such at the foundations of buildings, because the Iranians simply took it over, and well, the construction was pretty damn good, so they took that over and built on top of it. And when the Mithrans came, well, when the Asmodeans came, as it is, the Barkans, Havilan dynasties, and, well, not before the Barkans even, there were a multitude of kings who came over here and conquered. They built on top of that. And then the Barkans won basically united the empires by being so long-lived, for being interbred with the elves. That allowed them to plan on much larger scales. And they united the land, and then there was a civil war, and they lost, and, well, you know. The rest, as they say, is history.
Indeed. Well,
So,
we muse upon these facts as we murder the
run
last.
out of the... yeah. Killing random cultists, who of course try to defend themselves with, like, shield touch, or, like...
Zacharias just walks among them, just touch them with lich touch.
Unholy water and drag.
I like someone throw
Begging for mercy.
like a damp cloth over the eyes of Telemundus. I got him! I do imagine though that we enjoy the begging for mercy and then just obliterating them. But after that, I think we make our way back to Farholm because we're gonna have a little talk with Lady Marston.
I'm just waiting for everyone to come back.
I'm here. I think we're all here.
Yeah, on the way back, I'm going to heal myself. Also, Mark should be fully healed probably by Zacharias poking.
I healed
Even
myself up
by not poking,
by
it's like a
myself.
2-hour
I don't want
flight or
any
something.
healing from that smuck orc. Cat healed up herself.
Yeah, if you don't want to be healed, that's fine.
Well, I healed up myself. I don't need.
I'll get
Now
you.
I have no
I'll heal
friends.
eventually.
Well, Telemundus could be your new friend.
No, that bridge has been burned a long time ago.
Cash is oddly enough the one who has the least friends in the group.
Judgmental.
Just so judging.
Would Kyron like some healing?
Yeah, I really wish people would stop judging Drow, but screw undead dragons and orcs, man. Those
Hate them all!
are-
Well, undeads are dead.
Given she has seen pretty horrific things from all these groups, so...
Well, undeads are dead, so you can't be friends with what is not alive. So
What?
Sure you can.
I am scandalized.
Oh,
I have
and-
feelings, you know.
and Kyron
A
is
certain golem in the past would have been very sad to hear that.
Yeah.
He was not dead. He was alive.
Oh, well.
No,
Fine,
that's different.
Technically, he had a brain in him.
He had a brain.
Dead brain.
If I only had a brain.
Well, you know, Kyron is not nearly as much of a dick to the rest of the party as Telemundus usually is.
No, Kyron has been very quiet,
That's
but
gonna-
and so it's not really Kyron. It's just Telemundus. The first time meeting, bow to me. What? Who are you?
You know, just imagine the talks that Telemundus and Kyron have between each other.
Why are you such an asshole? Why are you such a bossy man? That's my impression of John Lundis.
This is
I
my
think
body.
It's more
Silence.
like.
Why are
Well,
you
like-
such a bossy man?
I think it's more like, why are you so weak? You should just give your body to me and let me control always. Why don't you just die, you weak human?
Kyron just
Bow to-
hums and
And then
ignores.
Kyron just like spanks him.
And then AKA bow to me.
He hits himself on the face.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of that going on. But yeah, back to Lady Marston.
All right. Everyone here?
yeah.
If you're not here, say yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh, well, let's wait then.
Jake is not here now.
Yeah. Nah, I'm
Tell us when you're
yeah,
done with whatever you're doing.
Jake,
Yeah,
what
no,
the
I'm-
hell
I'm
are you
ready now.
doing?
Stop being all
Mhm.
ready,
That's fine. We're
Jake.
having a break. It's okay.
He's eating himself?
He's pressing his
drawing-
fast healing button.
Not anymore.
Come
I
on.
can if you want me to.
No, you're
I'm
causing errors in me when you do it that fast. So
sorry. I'm drawing squares with the selection tool. That's what I'm so busy doing.
I'll do
Oh,
that.
that's even worse.
Then
Oh,
who's
God.
doing the 5-point healings all the time?
That was me, but they're just now showing
Oh,
up for you.
if you're all
I
done,
did that like earlier.
let's go back to.
What if Jake is not done? If you copy him, isn't no, you don't need
No,
to copy. That's fine.
Jake's done. Cover your things.
Copied. Are you taking me to the Isle of Aramanthus? Oh God.
Also, how long is the strength damage going to stay?
I think you're probably gonna cure it before you. I mean, back to normal.
Can you, for just safety, force me to where we are gonna be?
For sure.
Oh yeah, actually considering yeah, I something I forgot about
Yeah.
actually. I forgot you were diseased, Karen. And actually in that case, since you were diseased, I didn't spend those healing spells. Instead, I cast heal on you, which got rid of the disease and ability damage.
There is
Okay.
no cache on this map, right?
Nope.
There's none, so I can put mine here.
Yeah, so your disease and ability damage is gone, Karen.
Hooray!
Active mods. How long did it take for us to come here? At all?
Like a few, like half an hour or something.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
a lot of our buffs are gone at this point, but
I heal 50 hit points a minute, so yeah,
I don't
I'm
think you
definitely
expect to
fully
use
healed.
them here anyway.
Well, you never.
how do you know, Manikai?
You never
I
know.
don't, but I mean, you could slaughter this town without them, most likely.
Now,
The
fire,
city.
It's not the same. Just saying.
Let's see how many citizens we have.
I think mutagen is the only thing still running.
It's a small city. There's a decent number of people here.
Yeah, like we reform in town and go to Lady Marston.
Do I have to hide the fact that she's a drow?
There's no point. If she
Well, we are hiding from a silver dragon, maybe.
You know, people here are kind of xenophobic because you know it's out in the country and whatnot.
We are kind of hiding. None of us want a surprise attack.
The Silver
so-
Dragon's not really going to probably know what like some country folk have found out.
Well, for safety, casual.
Yeah.
Hide her.
You steal my Western Star again?
But the Lich and
She
Vampire are
didn't
fine.
give it back.
delicious fine. Hello, children.
She didn't give it back.
Let
I'll
me
be
tell
taking, I'll be
you,
taking it back
There's
after
an
this.
orphanage.
How are you
around
gonna take
somewhere.
it back? You're not strong enough.
Zacharias Orphanage. It's a
My
lovely
item.
institution.
I bought it with my money.
I bet you
Yeah, I'll assume human appearance when in town.
Out for the makeup kit.
Wouldn't want
I
to.
don't have to. I just always look super pretty.
it's
No,
true.
you're just hidden under armor.
Yeah, you're blackened.
Well, no, even then, I'm still.
Devil armor.
Vampires are very attractive.
You are.
Cash
yeah.
has always her very shiny blue
Pale,
eyes.
Yeah, I'm
Pale
just like a
beauty.
pale person. It's very beautiful.
dressed in a black veil,
And
hiding from the sun.
has very red eyes peering through his.
Meh, he's sort of
No,
hell.
that's just a token effect.
That's when he's sitting on his throne brooding.
Yeah, my eyes only glow red when I'm sitting on my throne.
Well,
Or when you're smiting.
It's a magic
True.
trick.
Cash eyes
didn't
always
take
glow.
that
That's
long.
very magic blue.
After all, you did kill a whole lot of people too, so maybe with a few hours, you know, like a good little day.
Oh God, I'm also. Smoke is coming out of me. Keep forgetting that. It's nothing weird.
No. You're smoking a lot.
There's a-
You hear the
I had to,
wail
like-
all the time, like. "Moo."
Shut up. It was the volcano. How many times do I have to tell you?
It was the whale, though.
There
was
was
a
no whale.
No, there was totally a whale.
Yeah, it was a
No.
huge whale. Yes.
So you return, and you know the mayor isn't here. Lady Marston is, however,
Hmm.
sitting here waiting. She has a rocking chair.
Is she knitting?
No, not quite. She's sitting here, sort of rocking back and forth silently.
Oh, we walk in.
Oh, you have returned.
The deed is done, the cult is destroyed, and the horn is collapsed. I imagine some in town saw it happen.
Sir Roxless, I suppose. I have not heard of it, but I'm sure. We don't have many lookouts now.
Hopefully that will change then. I imagine the fortunes of the town will change, if ever so slowly. I imagine the will of the boggards, or the brain behind them at least, is broken, and you should see way few people disappearing in the night, being taken by the cult.
No, that is good, good. I believe you have held your side of the bargain then. In return, I will see about making a open port here that does not ask too many questions about who buys or why or what.
Zacharias nods. Very good. Then we are pleased. We will also send some of our people to help, fill out some of the town. It looks a bit barren, doesn't it?
The price for houses certainly is low. It's cheap.
Reinstating, rebuilding, and redecorating of the temple might be a thing, wouldn't it, Cardinal? He looks over to Azureus.
Yes, I believe the institution of faith is just what the people need.
Oh, so the church is part of all this. I'd wondered. Our old duke did have some hobbies. As long as it's harmless and relatively out of sight. We wouldn't want any haughty people from the capital coming out here, would we?
No one from the capital will be arriving, I can assure you of this.
Zacharias smiles. Yes, the capital has much greater and pressing concerns. There won't be any of the Inquisition. He looks over to Azureus. Are there even any of those people left? We have destroyed so many.
The Inquisition are in quite a bad state. I believe some still exist, but the amount that does is exceptionally low at this point. As well, actually, in general, the majority of the priesthood is in quite dire consequence. There is very little in the way of a stable church left.
Well, actually, I have a quick question. The letters we have gotten from Theodora, like when we open them, we summon her or Thorn. Does Zacharias think he could make something similar, like break the seal, and you will get like a sending spell aimed at Zacharias or something?
That might be something you could research. Yeah.
All right, I'll look into that later.
I need these. I need these for my church. I'll help you with this project.
Yeah, this is pretty cool actually.
Yeah, imagine like Marcus on demand, local like rat slayer.
I need a
You have to be able to teleport there.
I need a Marcus. 1 second. Summon Marcus.
I have some sort of servant who could.
Zacharias says to her, "Very well then, Lady Marston. As from this moment on, Farhold is allied with us, and as such, under our protection somewhat, if something do come up."
You require, if you're willing to go so far, then I might as well unfold everything, won't I?
Zacharias nods. That seems well enough to me.
Then, if you would officially consider me an ally, I have had hoped to extend my life somehow. I have not yet found a way, but if you would have any sort of inclination, I would offer my full influence and services. This city does have a good sleeper agents, as you will, around this very town. If you were to have some sort of combat somewhere, I could send up to about 200 armed ruffians to aid you.
Zacharias smiles at her. Well, the gift of a long life does not come very cheaply, Lady Marston. It is quite something you ask of us.
Some of us are experts in this topic.
Marcus says,
but I would
for
not
example,
have much reason to not do it, would I? Death is certainly not something to prefer. I'm not tired of living as some are.
Zacharias smiles. Indeed. But such a price would have... the price for such a gift would certainly be a little bit more than 200 ruffians with sticks. We can get those anywhere, you see. A bit more formal oath of allegiance, I think, is in order then.
Perhaps. If you're capable of doing such a thing, of course.
A pit, Marcus.
We are certainly capable. How about we draw up a contract?
Give me a few hours.
Zachariah smiles towards him. Looks to Marcus. Would you be fine with this Thornblade? You have been looking for prospects, I seem to recall.
Yeah. Marcus says, to Lady Marston, I would have you know that if I decide to go through with my end of this bargain, that the price for eternal life is in fact death. And you are okay with this?
Frowns like and says, I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. If it is some sort of metaphysical or religious continuation in some other place, then that is not what I meant.